Governor Zulum set to go against Northern Governor's decision as he gives Tinubu his word. It is no longer news that the Southern governors have reached a consensus in the last meeting that was held in Lagos a few days ago that the next president of the country should come from the region. Among other important discussions, it is also pertinent to recall that the Northern Governors Forum had their meeting as regards the presidency zoning as well. According to reports, the NGF disagreed that the 2023 president must come from the south, claiming that presidency should be based on who has the qualities, not the other way around. Many top news media also reported that the governor of Borno, Babagana Umar Zulum, was in support of the Northern Governors Agreement. However, Joe Igbokwe has recently taken to his Facebook page to reveal the relationship between Umar Zulum and APC national leader Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The controversial Igbo man, who happens to be a core Buhari supporter and an APC loyalist, revealed the details of the meeting between the two. He said that the governor in a meeting with Tinubu has agreed to support the Southern presidency, giving his 100% assurance just a few days after he openly criticized the decision. So who's betraying who? What's going on here? Please. And why is Joe Igbokwe involved? If Governor Zulum truly wants to support the Southern presidency, he will have to betray his kinsmen, the other Northern governors, to do this. However, putting into consideration the loyalty of Northerners to each other, it is possible the governor is just deceiving Tinubu, leading him on and planning to back off when it matters the most. The alleged union between the two is likely to be that of a cat and a dog. And that is it. Do you think of this as a complicated issue? That is what the article is asking. This is so funny. I'm done. This is actually so funny. I don't know, like, to the south, I mean, it's pretty clear that the north is basically so united, even wrong or right, they're very much united. And to be honest, when it comes down to it, no matter what they've told you, because again, listen, we see patterns and we look out for consistent behavior. They have proven so many times to only support themselves, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing sometimes. I mean, you can't support if you're okay, fine. If someone is in the wrong and because they're from your state, you can't support that just because they're from your state. Do you know what I mean? But then we're not saying that you should not be united in, like, supporting your own people. But this is such a funny thing, such a joke, because now we could have just had that, okay, fine. Everything here would have ended with the fact that Zulum basically supported or actually disagreed that the president should come from the south, would have ended there. But then Joe Igbokwe had to come in for some reason. I don't know why he would have information about the conversation that Zulum and Tinubu have had, and then start telling us the public, which adds another twist to the whole story. Yeah, let's look at the comment section. The first person here says, with a few I've read about Zulum, he's a man of his words. He can't betray Jagaban. Well, it's funny how, like, we're talking about Southern presidency and then Tinubu is literally just not involved, like as if, he's just irrelevant in this whole situation. So, I don't know. But then how do you know he's a man of his word? Like, because it's not an individual thing, it's a collective thing, and it's like he basically is representing his people, and you really think he's going to betray his people for? Yeah, it's so funny. It's really, really funny because, again, it just shows that the Southern and Northern governors do not even share the same sentiments when it comes to this. Because, yes, being very honest, being neutral and just being truthful, yes, presidency should not be based on where you're from. It should be based on the quality and your skills and all that. But then with the Northern president right now, can we say the same thing? But then they would argue that he was voted for and he was put into office because of what the people liked. So again, I'm just like, I mean, of course we know that's not true because, okay, fine, maybe 2015 we all had high hopes, but for 2019, I don't know what happened there. Can we account for all the votes? But you just have arguments on both sides, and it just doesn't even get anywhere. I think again, this just shows that for them, they don't really care what the people actually do. Of course, they will do the whole, the right thing or the public thing or the expected thing to, do their campaigns and go around and all that to make it seem like as if they're trying to basically influence people and, sway people's opinions on who they should vote for, when really and truly, whoever is meant to win and whoever they have decided to win is going to win. It's really as simple as that. Like, if they've decided that the president is going to be from the south of Nigeria, the president will be from the south of Nigeria. I genuinely don't think that the president will be allowed to be from the south of Nigeria, because, again, for a country in which the presidency lies in the north and they've been benefiting from that for a very long time, giving the presidency to the Igbos would be very risky. It would be very risky because, for the opposition, well, the parties that we do not see, the ones that sway the tables, the unseen forces. It wouldn't be, because, again, that would literally give the Igbos the chance. Like, if they're in presidency and they can literally change the constitution, it makes it very likely that, Biafra will be achieved, which, of course, the government desists and hates and despises the whole idea of, Biafra becoming a sovereign nation, because for some reason they want to keep them where, the Biafrans don't want to be. That's a whole different conversation. But yeah, it's a lot, because, again, especially in the south, it would then allow for, the southern part of the country to have autonomy, keyword autonomy, over their own resources, which, of course, they do not want, because they also benefit from the revenues of such profits as well. And to be honest, fact is, if an able person should be president, things may just really become better, and that region alone would just be better in general, and things could actually properly change, and then Nigerians can now decide, we don't want any northern president anymore. It's just, again, it's I think for the northern people, who basically, the northerners who hold the power, it would be too much of a risk to allow that. That's just what I think, to be honest. That's just what I think. The next governor should be from the south, but not Tinubu. Somebody writes here. Somebody here says, please, we need young men in power, not people that are please, we need young men in power, not people that are living on God's mercies, that are above 70s. 70s is even too old. God says 70 above has nothing to offer. How can you say people that are living on God's mercies, but still, like, 70s? I'm so sorry, but if you're like, let me not be rude, but if you're over 65, you should not near that place at all. If you're gonna do that, you have to prove to the country that you're agile and do some tests on you. Like, basically, if you're gonna join a football team. Put what you think about this in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.